Hello and welcome. I'm Tavleen and I'm doing a very quick review of this store right here. So I'm basically not going to go into all of these pages, but I'm going to look at the home page and give very strategic advice on how the home page can be improved so that the visitors coming on this page trust this website more and they buy from the store. Yeah, that's the ultimate objective. All right, so let's look at it. Now, firstly, above the fold, this is the first thing that I see as soon as I land on this store, and what I see is welcome. Now, welcome may sound like a great thing to put, and it might even sound like the obvious thing to put, but the problem is that it is very redundant, and you could have better used this real estate to communicate your value proposition and to talk about what is different about you, right? Instead of saying welcome, right? Also, the next thing is free worldwide shipping on orders over $50 or over $50. Well, this statement was better put if it was right here, like a sticky header or something, and it was at the top, right? You could have easily used the real estate above here in form of a sticky header that stuck here even while we scroll down, and that could have just said that free worldwide shipping on orders over $50. So now that we have freed up this space and we have put we've sort of we're not writing welcome here anymore, and also we have put up the statement in the sticky header, we're left with an empty space here. Now this is a perfect opportunity for you to tell your visitors what is it that is different about you, because listen, okay, they have lots of options to choose from. So this website actually supports a cause, and the cause is that it contributes a percentage of the revenue to Parkinson's disease, right, to the research of that disease for curing for the patients, right? So that is a great noble cause to support, so might as well put it out here. So what we could say is that drinking fine quality tea crafted by skillful hands is now a noble cause, or enjoy fine quality tea with deep flavors and feel good about it, right? So something like that. And then the sub headline, the line which goes just below the headline, could actually follow up on that, and then it could say that 10% of proceeds are donated towards fighting against Parkinson's disease. So now it really makes sense, because the headline is quickly telling me that, well, it is fine quality tea, and there's some noble cause associated with drinking tea, right? And you can feel good about drinking tea. And then the sub headline is actually following up with the claim by saying that 10% of the proceeds are donated towards fight against Parkinson's disease. So I'm instantly clear about what this website is doing, what the store really stands for, and what really sets it apart. Now let's move below the scroll. So when you scroll down further, you actually see there's featured tea of the month. I'd much rather replace it with the bestseller of the month, because that has an added social proof to it, and also it makes people want to explore more, because they want to know what made it the bestseller. So what is so good about it? So if I were to particularly review this, I would say that replace it with the bestseller tea. And also what you can do is, well, I can only see the tea leaves here, which to me is not very appealing. So for a visitor, just the tea leaves alone is not very appealing. What you rather want to do is that you want to also show the packaging options, how it will be packaged, how it will look. So the product shots from different angles, that would actually add a lot of credibility to this particular product. But here's my suggestion. I would say that replace this second section with talking about again what really, instead of focusing on one product, well, this is your chance to talk about what makes your product special. So what makes your tea leaves special? Right. So what you now must understand is that you need to develop a bit of an empathy towards your visitors. So again, they have lots of options to choose from, right? There are lots of teas and coffee options available out there that they can choose from. Thousands and thousands of them. So what makes you unique is the key here. That is exactly what you should highlight in this section here, right below the fold. So, well, this is where you should actually say that coffee and other tea versus your tea, right? So other options versus you. So this is where this makes for a perfect place to do a bit of a comparison and say that unlike other teas or unlike other coffees, guess what? We are not caffeinated, or there are health benefits associated with this tea. So you want to highlight on that, right? And then you could also say that, are you thinking of gifting this the tea to your friends or family? Well, expedited shipping options and gift wrapping is also available. So that is what makes you, that is what puts you in a great position, because now as a visitor, I know that you really understand me. Right? You know that I might be thinking of gifting it. You know that I'm a person who's very overwhelmed with choice, and you're helping me make a decision by actually telling me that your tea is different from the other teas out there, because it has certain health benefits that the other teas don't, or because it does not have caffeine that the other teas do, right? So that is how you're setting yourself apart. In addition to that, you've got subscription service available. So this is the place where you should mention that the subscription service is also available. So talk about it, mention here that the subscription service is also available, right? Well, then you've got your tea collection here, but I can see there are about 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 options. So those are the only options that you've got. Well, but that's okay. So this is your chance to tell them that this is your limited collection, right? So instead of saying tea parky tea collection, then I only see these. I don't see any categories. I do not see more products than these, right? These are the only 8 products that you have. So it could work in your advantage. You could make it work in your advantage, rather than letting people kind of think that where are the categories, or you know, where are more products, right? Oh, is it all they have? So instead of sort of make this work in your advantage by actually mentioning it over here in the headline, shop from our limited but carefully hand-picked collection. Well, now I know that your focus is not on the quantity, but your focus is on the quality. So make sure you let me know that, right? Like, I don't know if you've seen that Bonville ad, and in the chocolate ad, they clearly say that only the best cocoa from Ghana makes it to Bonville, right? So yeah, you know, it earns its place there, right? So this is what you want to highlight over here, that it is a limited collection, but guess what? It's carefully handpicked collection, right? That's that. And then you've got your story here. Well, I have read the story, and it's an excellent story. It makes for it's very beautifully written. I should definitely comment you on that. But here's the thing. You might want to actually put start the story with 2-3 lines here, and then say continue reading, right? So what you've essentially done is that you've used the open loop technique. So you've actually opened the loop. Now they want to continue reading and go further and explore more about you, right? So instead of just saying my story, you might want to actually give them a few lines, start the conversation here, and then once they click on it, that's how you complete the conversation, right? You've got some latest blog posts here. Now, I must comment you on this because a lot of people, a lot of store owners are there. They're just focusing on selling their products. They're not really talking about the environment or the things surrounding the product, which is where you've taken a different league, and you have made sure that you talk about things that matter to your target audience. You're talking about meditation here. You're talking about some books to pair with your cup of tea, which is great conversation starter. And then you're also talking about your own details about your own product. So there's a healthy mixture of promotional post and educational or conversational post. So this is something which is really good. That's that. And then you've got some benefits here. Over here, I would suggest that if you want people to sign up, instead of just saying sign up to get the latest on sales, new releases and more, why not talk about stay updated with our latest flavors, our new additions to our hand-picked selection of teas, or stay connected with us so that you can be the first one to find out about the deals and discounts on our site and all of that, right? And this is what actually would pull them in and make them want to sign up. And finally, I would say that instead of first name, last name, enter your email, you might just want to ask for name and email, right? So enter your best email, enter your name, and that's about it, because that would increase your conversion rate, right? Lesser the number of fields, the better it is. So that was that. That was just a few tips, a few quick tips. It was just a 10-minute short video and just a few quick tips about this website. Of course, there are more pages and I can go on and on and on, but I want to really give you a gist of the improvements that you can make here, and I hope you enjoyed this, and let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you next time.